Black
Blog
Supremacy.
Talk Radio.
Black Supremacy. We on live. Wait with us for one quick second while we get everything in order, the switchboard in order. You're in for a dynamic show tonight. Please hold. Black Supremacy. This is King Noble, Master You Guru. Black Love, Black Reverence, Black Divinity. This is a very significant show tonight. I plan on going in deep. This show is Black militancy, Afrocentric culture, Black spirituality, Black metaphysics, and how it all fits into Black supremacy, Black enlightenment. Once again, the show tonight, Black militancy, Afrocentric culture, Black spirituality, Black metaphysics, and how it all fits into KNBS, Black supreme enlightenment and Black supremacy. First, before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about KNBS and what our goals are and some of the stuff that we plan on doing. KNBS is establishing Black supremacy new world order on the most practical level. We are waking up our people to the reality of Black divinity and Black reverence so that we can change the consciousness of our community and take back what is rightfully ours as a people, which is this planet Earth. We are supposed to be the controllers and rulers of our destiny, and one had to come to awaken us to this reality. That's who I am, King Noble. Somebody had to come with their Akashic records wide open. They had to come with their eyes open, knowing who we are and knowing what our purpose is. They had to be able to take an ancient memory and fit it into a present day setting to awake us to the reality of who we are. That's what KNBS is doing. Our major method, Black radical extremism. Putting out information, videos, pictures that can awaken people, stir them up, get them moved, to begin the journey to realize who they are. KNBS has been expanding and growing for the last 4 years. We have our own temples and our own community set up in Illinois, where we provide free food, clothing, and shelter for the devotees of Black supremacy to work in this great mission to proselytize and spread the message of Black supremacy throughout the four corners of the earth. If we want to see a change in the world, there will have to be a change in the conscious paradigm of humanity, and we must cause that. The first job for us is to first ourselves to become conscious, become fully enlightened. Want nothing more than enlightenment totally for yourself first. And as you continue to journey in the path and process of your own personal enlightenment, simultaneously wake up others and begin to bring them into the black supremacy enlightenment. This is what has to happen. But you have to want enlightenment, black enlightenment, totally for yourself and become a true devotee to black reverence, black divinity, and black supremacy. As you start that, as you begin to do that, then you will become aware and you will become awakened to the reality of who you are and who your people are and what their divine position and role is. So KNBS is constantly growing and constantly expanding. As I'm talking, we're growing and reaching out throughout the world, spreading a divine message that was needed in this day and time for us to realize who we are as a people. Otherwise, we were going nowhere, with no purpose, no aim, just wandering, trying to put a little bit of this with a little bit of that, and trying to figure out this and that, looking at the stars and astrology and trying to do the numerology to find out who we are. But one had to come that was fully awakened and fully conscious. The almighty living black God himself, King Noble, had to come in flesh and in body to bring 76 trillion light years of information to this plane, to this planet here and now. An avatar in a divine form had to come to you and bring this full, total, absolute awakening to you. And that's what's happening. So when we say KNBS or King Noble Black Supremacy, what we are saying is that there will be no black supremacy without the total and full awakening, totally, absolutely clear awakening, crystal clear awakening of a being, a black supreme being, to the reality of who they are and their divine position. That is the work of KNBS. Of course, you can find a whole slew of our videos that we have been putting out on YouTube and lecturing, putting out these videos at www.youtube.com/KingNoble999. Subscribe. You also can go directly to the hub, to the site, the official site of KNBS at www.KingNobleLivingGod.ning.com. That is the official site of KNBS. It is a site of worship and reverence for black supremacy and black divinity. We invite you to come and join. Make sure that you go there and join and become a member. Other sites have limited us in our capacity and our ability to spread this divine message. They have censored us, they have blocked us, they have flagged us, they have restricted us, they have even removed us. Now, we have found a site that is allowing us to spread the message in a raw, clear, uncut, absolute truth. I ask you to join that site, become a member, and stay in the flow of what is going on and what we are doing. You got to stay abreast. See, that's one of the missions of the person that's seeking to step up on the path of black supremacy enlightenment. They got to stay abreast. They have to follow what we are doing and stay aware and be ahead of time and be vanguard. You have to follow what is happening. You can't run off thinking you got it. I got the message. I know what they're doing. I understand. No, you don't. Follow. It's okay to follow. That's how you will find out what is going on and what is happening in this time. It says in your holy book in the Quran, I gave you clear signs of the times, clear symbols. KNBS is a clear sign and clear symbol for the black conscious mind in 2011, approaching 2012. It is a sign and a symbol of what is happening, what is occurring for the black conscious mind in the world, in the United States of America and in the world. The black man is waking up. A reincarnated entity has manifested in this physical world to put an end to the illusion of white supremacy, to put an end to black devilishment, to put an end to the subjection, depression, oppression, repression, and suppression of a divine and heavenly black people. You got to follow what we are doing. You got to stay abreast. Join our website. This, once again, is not just like any other spiritual movement. This is a revolutionary, pan-Africanist, nationalist, black supremacist movement. It's revolutionary. Yeah, you heard me. It's revolutionary, not revolution scary. So we ain't scared of none of you black devils. And what you black devils think about what is we doing in this message that we're putting out. It's not revolution scary, it's revolutionary. And by being revolutionary, you all gotta realize we're not gonna be liked by everyone. If everybody like us, if we are old smiling and beguiling, buck dancing, boot licking, butt kissing Negro, you know people gonna like everything we post, everything we put out. You should question that. If you find everybody like, how can we say we're revolutionaries? But everybody that is riding the coattails and shining the boots of this white devil like us. If you see us being liked by everybody, then you know we could not be revolutionary. We could not be a sign of the end of the time of white supremacy. If everybody that is on white supremacy, that has coalesced, assimilated, is allowing themselves to be daily degraded to white supremacy, if all of them like what we're posting and like the information we put out and got something positive to say about us, then we're not doing nothing. All the devil got to say is something negative about the God. Huh? The devil ain't got nothing positive to say about God. He's envious. He's jealous. Am I right? He wanted that heavenly angelic position, metaphorically speaking. So people are liking everything that we're saying and everything that we are doing. It's because we ain't doing a damn thing different. If we're doing something different, something that's radical and revolutionary, we should be throwing people off. People should be like, what the hell is this nigga Noble doing? If they're not saying that everything we're doing is status quo, it's mediocre, it's commonplace, just another daily occurrence. So the fact that people are shook, that people are talking about it negatively or positively, means that it's doing something and it's taking effect. I don't expect Negroes that love the white man to like me. If you love the white man, you're going to hate me. You hear me? If you love the white man, you will hate King Noble, black supremacy. You can't love two masters. You can only love one and hate the other. So if your master is white supremacy, I see the problem that you're going to be having with me. And I'm not trying to fix it. I'm not trying to be diplomatic and I'm going to be unified with this and that Uncle Tom Negro, with this and that sellout. I'm going to unify and hold hands and we all going to smile and sing, we shall overcome. The only thing I'm going to overcome is those Negroes that's talking about that. That's the reality. So all those that are really with us, if you're too sensitive, too weak, and too soft, then you can't ride with us. You're too easily disturbed and shooken up. You ain't ready to ride for us. Because the truth hurts. We ain't handing out no painkillers. You need a ride. And you strong and solid, then you ready for the message that we're delivering in this time. It is a very disturbing message, a very destructive message to an ego that is centered in a white supremacist world that is fallen. That ego is being crushed with every message that is being put out. We're crushing the ego and the mindset and the mentality of white supremacy. It's over with. Black supremacy shall rule, sovereign and victorious. The time of the black man is now. And ones have showed up to make this happen. So I had to address that. If everybody love it, something's wrong with it. So the more people speak negative, the more we know we are challenging them. That we get to the root and to the essence of the white supremacy in them. They say, well, you should not bang on black people. Why you going at black people? What's wrong with you, man? Why you trying to get at black people? That's what they say. But what they don't realize is until we destroy and kill the white supremacy inside of ourselves, that we're no match for the white supremacy outside of us. It's a universal law that says the law of correspondence. It says, so within, so is without. And we know like attract. So if the white supremacist within you will attract the white supremacists outside of you. So we gotta kill, destroy, and attack the white supremacy that lies within our very own hearts, our very own minds, and our very own souls. This is a reality. So we got to attack white supremacy whenever we see it. Period. That doesn't mean we're out trying to harm and kill and destroy physically our own people. We love our people. We know that we are a mighty, beautiful, great, and chosen people. You are my people. That's why I have come to bring this divine message from all of the ages, because you are my people. So I have nothing against my beautiful black people. Don't get it twisted. I have no desire to harm my own people. But I must destroy the white supremacy mentality inside of the minds of our people that has brought us down, that has been the reason our different societies have failed, and our leaders have been assassinated, murdered, killed, and none of our communities have been able to survive, and none of our organizations have been able to be successful. I must destroy that white supremacy that rears its ugly head every single time, so innocently. We should love everybody. I have to come at that so that it won't bring down another one. This one must succeed. We must succeed this time. We must be victorious in our undertaking. So I gotta crush out white supremacy. So that's the Negro that is the devil. Why you crushing white supremacy, motherfucker? Because I got to. I gotta crush it in you. Because if I let it live in you, you're not gonna let black supremacy live. The least I can do is crush it within your mind, within your spirit, and within your soul, so that you can die and have a transmutation, or have a spontaneous transcendence, or have an epiphany, so you can be like the phoenix that transforms. You can have a metamorphosis within your own spiritual journey. All the white supremacy ego has to be destroyed. Then a black god, and then a black goddess can be born and can be awakened. Until then, you can't put all this black supremacy on top of the shit. You can't put all black supremacy on top of the feces of white supremacy. You can't put it on top of that. You gotta clean the mind. I have to empty your consciousness of the bull, so that you can be awakened to the true nature of yourself and the reality of who you are. The negatives have to be destroyed. So we must attack white supremacy wherever we see it. So I just wanted to start it off just to give you just a little idea about KNBS and what our goal is, how we taking over. Y'all feeling us out there. Y'all see what we're doing. KNBS is taking over. We're taking over the world. That's just what's happening. I'm telling you like it is. Get with this. Join this. Because you either going to be on one side or the other. You either going to burn with Babylon, or you going to rise with Zion. It's up to you. And every day, people are having burn with Babylon and rise with Zion moments. Oh, yes, they are. They're having these experiences every day. They're showing them what side to choose if they would just pay attention. But you can't pay attention when you think you know everything. You think you know every goddamn thing, but you don't know what time it is. You don't see the signs and symbols of what is happening. Look at this KNBS. Look what's happening. You're seeing it everywhere. Everybody's waking up. People are talking about black supremacy. A race of scared Negroes that have been under 400 years of slavery and persecution from this wicked devil are now standing up and saying black supremacy, because the black supreme one has manifested on earth. Now they're standing up. They were scared to say it, shaking. The historians alluded to it. They pointed to it. The scientists talking about the melanin and the DNA and the genetics, but no one still would say it. No one had the courage, the balls, the kahunas, the testicular fortitude to go out and say it. But now we saying it, and we got you standing on it. Words sound power. If you can't say black supremacy, you won't manifest black supremacy. We got to say it. Don't say that. That's what we want. Only that which is supreme cannot be destroyed and crushed by its enemies. Our enemies will come on our footstool because we are black supreme entities. Even your Hebrews talking about we're the chosen people of God. That means we are supreme. We're divine. We're God's chosen supreme. You're my chosen. I'm God. I've come back. Black supremacy. I'm giving it to you. I've come back for my people with complete and absolute clarity and consciousness to awaken them to who they are. Let me go into my topic tonight. Started off on fire. As y'all can see, I ain't wasting no time. I got to come right at you. I ain't been with you in a while. I want to thank everyone that has supported. I'm back. You all got to excuse the technical difficulties. I'm just getting a show back going, so we're working out a few differences with this show. Once again, I would like to thank those who have supported KNBS in donating and giving resources, helping us move this thing forward. If you want to donate, any of you want to help out, support black supremacy. Many of us say that we are black supremacists, we're black conscious, we're black nationalists, we're black this, we're black that, we're black this, we're black that, we're conscious this, we're conscious that. But our economics is not showing it. We're not giving. The true black supremacists will give everything, every single thing that they have to black supremacy. The true black supremacists will do that because they want to give their any and all in this life selflessly to see the rise of the black race in the glory and divinity of who they are. They live for this. They're devoted to this reality, to this happening. This is what they're living for. They're not living to go to work, the white man, the future, 401k plan. They're not living for PhDs. They're not living for a job, living for what, if the Bulls are going to win or the Bears or whoever, this or that. How they're living to see their race awaken. To see black supremacy manifest itself fully on earth, to see us rise above this wicked devil and stand in the marvelous glory of who we are. They're living for that. They're living to revere and see our remembrance completely happening, to see the awakening completely happening for our people. They're living for that. So they'll give everything they have to see that happen. You want all out of it. We want all out of our people, all out of our race. But we don't want to put it all in. What the black supremacists are putting everything in. We gonna make this happen. We're putting all our time, energy, and labor, efforts into it. You got to do that with your resources. Donate. Quit giving the cracker, the devil, the system all your damn money, wondering why we're not building nothing for ourselves. Donate to black supremacists. Make your donation. Show your support, and not just for the monetary calculation of it, but so that you be non-contradictory and be complete in your integrity and whole in your devotion. If you say you're about it, then your actions should be about it. And your actions will add strength to your consciousness. Right action adds strength to consciousness. Then consciousness adds back strength to right action. Then right action adds back strength to consciousness. And then you become a more stronger and more powerful being in your walk in black supremacy. That's all that matters. It's not about no white man's money and how much and materialism, and it's about strengthening your integrity and your consciousness and your walk in your devotion in black supremacy to become a higher, elevated, conscious, ascended being in this time. That's the real focus. So if you contradicting yourself, how will you gain the momentum, power, and fortitude behind you to stand against the enemy's world? How can you be a spiritual warrior in the black supremacy vanguard? How can you energetically, on a spiritual level, use your energy to stand against all the weapons that are formed against our people if you don't have no integrity, if you half and half? You say you're a black supremacist, but your whole walk ain't showing that. All your energy going towards white supremacy. So support, donate. We'll see more black supremacy. Show your free will offerings. Give your divine devotion. You will see black supremacy grow. For you all that want to do that now, you can go right over to www.kingnoble.gym that's do.com. Make your donation right now. Show your devotion. Show your reverence. Show your interpersonal integrity and your true, sincere realization of black supremacy. By giving. Some people say, I only got $1. This is my last money. Give your goddamn last. What if you was the last man standing for black supremacy? Would there be not another? Give whatever you have. Give all that you have, whatever you have. And more shall be given to you. Through the consciousness of realizing that you are the abundance. You are the source. You are the reality of black supremacy in this time. And all is given unto thee, because that is true about you. But you got to act that out. You got to live that out. If you live in fear, lack, doubt, and limitation, that will be your reality. When you open up to the infinite abundant reality that is you, then that's what you will experience flow through you. And that's what will be brought forth by your devotion. But you got to be whole, perfect, and complete. And you must be full and steadfast and diligent. And this will give you the spiritual power and the to be a true spiritual warrior and bringing down Babylon and neutralizing white supremacy. Once again, you can make your donation, show your support, show your economic devotion at www.kingnoble.com. And there's also a donation tab on our new website. It's a nice little feature that we added to our new website where you can donate right at the website at www.kingnoble.com. You can make your donation right there. Show your economic devotion. Quit being a half-assed Negro. Stand completely in the totality of who you are, and that's what you will attract to you in your life. If your word is incomplete, a man used to tell me, your word is your world. If your word is incomplete in so many aspects of your life, how will your word have the power to manifest? We're trying to get you to a level of instantaneous manifestation. You know the spiritual power that you're going to have stand against this wicked devil. We talk about Uzis and guns and nuclear weapons and missiles. You're going to have some super spiritual power, some real mentalism, some real mental stabilization in order to stand against this. I'm back once again. Technical difficulties. But I'm back. So once again, you can make your donation at our major site. And also, people say they don't have resources to donate, but they should be able to help and give out. Well, you can help. You can become a full-time volunteer. By coming living in the most holiest black places on the planet. Right here in Illinois, you can come down here and devote yourself to being of service to black enlightenment, black spirituality, and divinity. You can come right on down here to Illinois and be a part of the most powerful thing that has ever happened in the history of black people, KNBS, Black Supremacy. So you can come down and be a part of that and be a full-time volunteer. Some people, I say I ain't got no money, I'm broke, I ain't got nothing. Well, that's exactly why you should get out of the matrix. You shouldn't be there if you ain't got nothing and it's happening like that. Then you need to come where it's happening at. And I'm telling you, it's happening in KNBS. Because we are full of black enlightenment and black spirituality. And we want to get you to that type of abundance and fullness from inside of yourself. Because your spiritual life is your real food. For real. So if you saying I'm broke and I don't have money and I'm in this situation, well, come down and transcend. Step out. Renunciate the path of illusion. Renunciate the path of materialism, of fear, lack, doubt, and limitation, and step into a divine reality. And that's what we have right here in Illinois. Come and join us and be a full-time volunteer. You're not ready to join us? You can help out still. Just keep watching the videos. Expand your consciousness. Expand your mentality. Expand your awakening. And share that with other people simultaneously while you're doing that. Watch that information and let it soak into your soul where it speaks you. Where it speaks as you, from you, through you. Absorb that information. Become a magnet and soak up this divine message of this time. And then share with your friends, families, and relatives and wake them up. Third, how else you can help? You can go, we're on Facebook. If you go to our www.kingnobleLivingGod.ning.com, you have links to everywhere we're at. You can find my Facebook page, and you can even find the groups that we have on Facebook. One of the groups is 144,000 Black supremacist militant hippies. Add all your friends to that group to get them in that stream of consciousness that's happening. See, something divine is happening over there. People say there's a lot of arguing and bickering and debating, but a lot of that has cut down last week. And I've been looking at it, and what I'm seeing happening in that group is that people are waking up. And people are starting to post black consciousness and black supremacy all day long, constantly posting. So we're only asking you to put your friends, families, and relatives in that stream of consciousness. Give them a chance to wake up on whatever level is meant for them. They might not be at a level to wake all the way up to black supremacy right now, but they can wake up on a level that's meant for them by getting into that stream of consciousness. And you're helping them. You're doing a divine work by putting them inside of that stream of consciousness. Because we know they're hitting the madness of paralyzing your vision, and they're hitting the madness all day long. Give them an opportunity to experience and be exposed to something else. Just add them to that group. 144,000 black supremacists, militant hippies. Join the group yourself if you ain't already joined, and add your friends and families to it and give them that opportunity. You can help that way. And by posting the King Noble YouTube videos and messages and sharing the information, following us. Follow. This is the thing about our people. They say, I'm not followers and I don't want to follow nothing. That's the problem. When you following white supremacy all damn day long. You following the economy, Wall Street, the stock market, Occupy Wall Street. You're following everything that's white. But when it comes to black, you say, I'm not a follower. You got to follow. Even in order to lead, you got to follow. You can't lead if you can't follow truth. You cannot lead if you cannot follow divine instructions. You only want to lead people to a divine destiny. And for there to be a divine destiny, there must be divine instructions, and you must follow. And through your follow, your correct austerity, through your correct walk, through your correct faith, then now you can teach, guide, mentor, and help develop other disciples and other devotees along the path of black supremacy. But you got to make sure that you are followed, that your heart is pure, not filled up with jealousy, envy, greed, and selfishness. And that you can follow, that you can come as a child empty and really open up to this divine reality that is happening. So follow this thing. Don't be afraid to follow. Follow what's right, follow what's true, follow what's real, and lead based upon that reality, that truth, and that guidance. So, that's the thing that I want to say, how to help. I want to encourage you to join our site. I want you to donate, complete your devotion. I want to touch on those things before I even got started with the show. Now let's go into the topic. Let's get started with the topic that we have here tonight. KNBS, King Noble Black Supremacy relationship between black militancy and black spirituality. We gotta go in tonight. What is black spirituality? Some of us are so goddamn spiritual, but we're not spiritual. We're just spearheading somebody else's ritual. Huh? We're not spiritual. We're spearheading somebody else's ritual. It's nothing but ritual. We have been lost in the rituals, the customs, the follies of men, the symbolism. All superficial, all surface. We can't get deep. To get deep is the spirit-you reality, spirituality, the spirituality manifest. You gotta become that. But if you become that, then you're gonna be militant. Because you stand on something, because you can stand on something. Only the deep spiritual people, the true spiritual. I'm not talking about the dashiki wearing, costume wearing, African language speaking, drum playing Negroes. I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about getting to a level where you have the spiritual power and fortitude successfully and victoriously against those who sought out to destroy, steal, kill, and destroy your people. That you have the spiritual power, insight, wisdom, and the complete clarity on how to stand untrampled and undestroyed by your enemy. That's what I mean spiritual. So when you reach the true spiritual level, you become militant. You don't need the ceremonies and rituals. You don't need the austerities. You can walk through the fire now. You can walk on the glass now. You can walk through the bullets and not be shot. You can look the enemy in his face and make him disappear. You just a figment of my imagination. I created you. You an illusion. Huh? I can think you out of existence right now. That's spiritual power. You can do these things. And some people say, well, I'm on that path. That's why I'm meditating. That's why I'm doing all the different things that I'm doing. No, you're not. Because you got to challenge yourself to stand. And the spiritual power is brought out by being able to stand in the face of the challenge. By to go into the challenges and have fortitude, stability, to be grounded and centered. Your spiritual power is awakened by getting in the fight. You don't get spiritual power by practicing. You becoming a perfect practicer. You're not becoming perfect in your spirituality. To become truly spiritual, truly black and light, you must be able to challenge yourself to stand in the midst of where your power is needed. That's reality. To be able to have strength in the moment. To show the spiritual enlightenment and power that you have in the situation. See, the spiritual person, the true spiritually enlightened person, is ready for warfare. No one else is ready. The spiritual person has mastered non-attachment, has mastered selflessness. They're ready for warfare. They're the only ones that are ready. So the more spiritual you become, the more capable you are to be militant. You say, I don't know how you're going to be militant and be spiritual. The only way you can be militant is by being spiritual. Who else can stand in war untouched, unscraped? Who else can speak a divine, revolutionary, and radical message? Speaking truth to power without even being touched. You have to have spiritual power to do that. You cannot be a militant, but you don't need spiritual power for any other purpose than to be of service. I'm teaching today. You don't need it for any other reason. The spirit is you. You are spirituality. You are the spirit. So the spirit is not something you need, but the realization and awakening to the powers of the spirit. They are for social service. They are to be in service of our people. They are was to be the superheroes and sheroes that are supposed to be willing to go out and step into the situations where we need to awaken and save our people and bring them into the knowledge of themselves. That's what the spiritual power is needed for. And that's the only place that it can be seen. They talk about it in the Yoruba houses, in the different spiritual houses, in the different spiritual organizations. They talk about it, but it will only be demonstrated in the humanitarian service for the liberation and the upliftment of our people, for the ability to stand in and go through what is necessary to bring about this life supreme reality and this life supreme consciousness for our people. Your spirituality shows that you can stand through it and stand in it. If you can't stand through it and you can't stand in it, shut up. You're not spiritual. Shut the hell up. Admit it. I can't do this. I can't. If you keep saying I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm gonna be able to do this, and I can't do that, I'm not able to do this. You have not achieved it. If you can't embrace the call, you can't move on the call to act out divinely and to exemplify spiritual power and discipline and be proactive. If you can't take the call, you're not spiritual. Thus, you need to even follow even more. You need to listen even more so you can get the actual spiritual knowledge so you can be there. How spiritual are you? Walking around in fear, an illusion, and I can, and I won't, and I don't think I'm able, and I'm afraid of this, and this might happen, and all. How spiritual are you? How much spiritual fortitude do you have? Being selfish and knowing it, how spiritual are you really? So your true spiritual power will be shown in your services that you can provide to humanity, in waking them up and in liberating them from the enemy and from the oppressor. I want to open this call up. I got Cali Super Black Love waiting in the phone lines.
Another thing that I want to clear up too is this lack of reverence that we have for our leadership. I'm not going to be under nobody, and we're all leaders, and the reality is, watching the Matrix, Neo was the one. Morpheus and all his power, all his knowledge, all his wisdom, all of his hope and his dream and his vision for Zion to be free. He saw it, but nobody else saw it. Nobody else could take that from him. Only Morpheus was that one. That was the uniqueness, greatness of him. And Tank, the guy who ran the ship, who was doing the communications and hooking them up through the phone. That was only he was doing that, not anybody else. Trinity. Only she could move Neo's heart and have him go through the door at the end with the architect, no matter what, even though it seemed like it was irrational because of love. Every one of us plays a unique part in the freedom and the liberation of our people. King Noble and Neo. We all could have did anything that we wanted to do with our lives. But we didn't do what we see him doing. We didn't put up 1,000 lectures and open up Black Supremacy temples and provide this humanitarian service and call for others to come and stand and show the austere day in, day out devotion that we see him show to this message. He's the only one that did it. So we got to revere that and say, okay, he's the one. Which one am I? What is my role in it? Then we'll all be leaders. Because you'll be leading whatever your specific role is. And having reverence for one another, each having reverence for the role that each of us plays.